Bro came in with a butcher knife. He came in the room swinging. I think he caught the dude twice. Like, sling. The dude, he's smart. The wife was like, no, wait. He pushed the wife into the dude, and then he took off. And then the dude was like, to his wife, he was like,
oh, shit. Yeah, he's just giving it to her?
He got her like 20 times.
He killed her?
She died on the bed.
She did, of course.
She died on the bed.
Yeah.
That was it.
Done.
That was
You don't want to fuck with us. You don't want to fuck with us. You don't want to fuck with us. You don't want to fuck with us.
And welcome back to the conversation that never ends. This is Timeless Talk. I'm your host, AJ. And man, that's a lot of kickback. I really feel like I'm in a gymnasium somewhere in the fucking... Nah, man. We back for another episode. Y'all know how it is. This is Timeless Talk. We're happy y'all here with us. Yeah. It's funny how that applause sounds so, like, intimate, and I sound like I'm speaking to a stadium of people. Yeah. You know what I mean? Anyway, y'all, to my right, as always, we have SlideShow. Thanks for coming back, bro. You found your way back.
Welcome back, man.
I did. I found the milk, and I came back.
You found the milk, and you came back. Sound like some of those parents out there, dads that go get milk and don't come back. Damn. All right, y'all. Over here to my left, last but certainly not least, wait a minute. We got Fur1ous. Yo, over here dropping shells on them.
All right.
Yeah. How you doing today, bro?
Pretty good, man. How about y'all?
Oh, we're good, man. We're good. You know what I mean? Let me get up off this PA megaphone now.
Back on the regular mic with y'all here. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm proud to say this episode, actually, I'm not going to take the reins. I'm going to pass the reins over to my boy Fur1ous over here on my left.
Appreciate it.
He wrote the topic. So, we're going to have an interesting one today that you taking the reins today, brother. And then next week, SlideShow's going to come cocked and loaded with something to talk about. So we're going to try a little different formula.
I actually thought I was going to do it today, so.
Did you? Did you ever ready?
I already have. Yeah, I'll let y'all know afterwards what it is.
All right.
Cool. But all right, Fur1ous, go ahead, man.
So
take us away, sir. What's today about?
So today we're going to be talking about the game of life. And to touch on that, it's a theory that you're in basically a simulation that has a set of rules. And there's a certain amount of time and effort you need to navigate your way, around this space. It's an arbitrary system, and there's just a lot. There's a lot that goes into it when you apply this theory. So let me see. Let's go first over what a game is. A game is a form of play or sport, especially a competitive one played according to rules and decided by skill, strength, etc. Or it could be a complete episode or period of play ending in a definite result.
Oh, wow.
What is life? A principle or force that is considered to underlie the distinctive quality of animate beings, and also the sequence of physical and mental experiences that make up the existence of an individual. So I'll start with this. Welcome to life. The place of damn near endless possibilities, twists and turns, opportunities to learn, opportunities to burn. The start is rough for most of us, but the choices you make will show you what you're about. We only live once, we'll only die once. Make your plays and may the best man win. Anyone and everyone who has ever existed has been an unwilling participant in the ultimate experience, the ultimate scenario, the ultimate game. With consequences as real as the clothes on your back, don't take this game lightly. It's easy to get comfortable with the status quo. That is not a game, and that is not a competition. It is, and whether you like it or not, you will either play or be played. There is no other alternative. It is to do or to be done to.
That's real.
Real. There is no escape but the finish line. Suicide is not a win. Complaining doesn't help. We like to believe it's just about surviving and staying peaceful, but survival alone is a competition, and peace can only be achieved when there is no competition.
Jeez.
That reality can never be, partly because it takes away from the human experience of improving and getting better. Look to your left, then to your right. That's your competition. The reason we aren't as competitive is because we have too much. That's in my opinion. We only hunt for fun and not out of necessity. Everything is ready-made. You don't have to run if you don't want to. When it used to be the other way around, people had a reason to want to improve. Impending death. The thing that makes people comfortable within this very real game is the belief that they'll be here tomorrow. The rules are what they are, and they're quite simple. However, individual results will vary greatly. Rules can be bent and are frequently broken with no one to observe it. All of this is a result of the built-in double-edged sword, desire. We are all ruled by one thing, our desire. How we go about getting that accomplished is up to us. Do your desires adhere to the rules or not? If not, are you willing to bend or break the rules to gain what you desire? If so, you understand that you are in a game. There is no escape but death, and if it's premature, you have escaped nothing. Ultimately, the game is unbeatable. You can win whilst you're here, but eventually you'll cease to exist. So how do you leave your mark? You win.
Yeah. Yo, it's an unbeatable game, man. That's okay. I see you, bro.
Yeah.
It's heavy. We just started the simulation. Yo, man.
What's your
take on that?
Your take on that?
You asking me or SlideShow?
Both. Whoever wants to go first.
Go ahead, Slide.
Man, you know what? Just listening to that, man. Well, first of all, if y'all told me he was doing poetry, I'd have brought my poetry book. And then we could have really got something cracking.
But that was just the opener.
That was just the opener. He's like, I'm warming up, barely.
No, I always wondered. Just even stepping away from religion, I always wondered, I always thought life could be like a simulation type of thing. Or like, if you want to take into a sense like, GTA and all that stuff, like, I don't know. I always thought, I don't know. It's funny because I seen a meme said, I could prove to you, it was stupid though. It was like, I could prove to you we're in a simulation. Like, it was like, have you ever seen your neighbors take out the trash? But they were saying the bin is always outside on Fridays, but you never seen them take out the trash. Have you seen them?
I've seen them take it out the trash.
In my neighborhood, I've never seen it, bro.
I have
never. It's always always out there, and then you never see when they bring it back in.
Yeah,
or maybe, yeah, you might hear it, or you see it. You only see it when the AI knows that you're watching or you're outside.
Right.
Does that make sense? Yeah, bro. Or the whole simulation thing that goes with it too is that when you walk into a room, the room loads only when you're in it.
Yeah.
So right now,
like if you're not there,
because you observe it.
It's because you observe it. So right now, my room, everything
it's
over
not
there,
there.
the eye shot's not there.
It doesn't exist.
Yeah, it doesn't exist. It's not even loaded.
I used
right
to
now.
think like that.
That's crazy. You only what you see what loads around you, and then it just dissipates when you walk past it.
What do you guys think about that though?
I mean, for like simulation purposes, who knows? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I
they showed it in the road too, but that was just fog. You guys ever seen those videos where like, look, the simulation is loading as I'm driving? You ever seen that in the road? The road's appearing.
Yeah.
The roads or a mirage. The road's appearing in front of them as they're driving.
That's pretty crazy.
I've seen that before, but then again, that could be just chalked up to a mirage or fog, or you know what I mean. That could be chalked up to a lot of things that we can make that make sense. Does that make, you know what I'm saying?
But then
that could be fog. That could be, like I said, a mirage, because mirage looks like damn near like water. You guys have all seen a mirage. They look like water from far away as you get closer.
That's like that hallucination. But the crazy thing is, how can two people see it at the same time?
Because we're in the same environment. That's why. You know what I'm saying? You might not see it exactly the same. You're gonna see certain differences, but we're in the same. Just like we both see this tripod.
Yeah,
we all see this tripod. It's there. You know what I mean?
But then the mirage isn't really there.
It's there.
But both people see it. It's kind of no. It's there, but it's not there.
It's there, but it's not there.
That's the confusing part about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's one of the confusing parts. Because there's a lot of contradictions too.
Is there explanation for that?
Probably. I don't know.
I would think there would be, but is it an easy one to poke out? Probably not.
Because what I heard somebody say is like your brain is playing games on you because it's too hot, so it's like it's envisioned in water.
So basically, what you're saying is that I've heard this before too. Is that we're all like hallucinating our reality, basically.
Right, but how do you hallucinate the same thing?
But the thing is, it's the way that hallucinated is used. You know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily meaning that you're tripping. You're experiencing a reality. You know what I mean?
Like, you see that? You're like, hell yeah, I see that.
Yeah, I know, for real. And I also heard that when you take certain stimulators or not, or certain like eye-opening quote unquote drugs, they say that you're seeing what you wouldn't normally see.
Yeah, because it lifts the veil. Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
I believe that too.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think that is?
Because
you got to do something to the brain in order to see certain shit.
My reason, what I think it is is because, I mean, we're in the third dimension, right? So, of course, there's more than, 3 dimensions, right?
Yeah.
So, if everything exists kind of like on the same plane, but just in a different
dimension,
scope or dimension, it's like the way it looks, when you're not going to be able to articulate it from that level. You know what I mean? Like your senses aren't going to be able to articulate
to pick
that
it up.
you.
Huh?
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It's going to look different to you, distorted probably. You know what I mean? Because it's not in your realm. You know what I mean? Like all the 3D things, those things we can, see and, observe, and we can touch and do all that stuff, but like in a different dimension, at a different level, different wavelength, probably, you probably don't know that it might be closer than farther because it looks
Facts.
fucking trippy. You don't know where it is, what up is, what down is, everything changes,
Yeah.
So there's different rules.
Dynamic is different.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I mean, it took me a while to, explain that, but that's how
No, it makes sense.
that's how complex it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's a mind fuck to even think about it.
no, it really is though.
Hey, I watched a video, somebody describing just the first, second, and third dimension. Like one is flat, then the other one is what, like up and down?
So the first one I think is a dot. Second one is from the dot to another dot. It's like a line or something like that. And that if you make 2 of those parallel and you make another line and you form a plane or something like that. Then the third dimension is when you have depth. So it's not just flat. Now you have space within it.
Depth. Right?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that's what makes it the third dimension. I think fourth is just gets more complex after that. Fifth and sixth, and it's like
He lost me at the fourth one. Yeah. I was
You lost me at that one. Yeah. No,
Man.
Yeah, that starts going to a place where it's like, man, bro, I don't know what to. You know what I mean? Like, because we don't know what it's the unknown, right?
Yeah.
It's a rabbit hole that everybody's afraid to go down. Well, not afraid to go down, but some of us are just.
It get very controversial.
So here's the topics that hopefully we can touch on all these topics, but here's a few topics that we're going to touch on when it comes to playing the game of life. Okay. Forming alliances and building teams, strategy, social awareness, self-control, core beliefs, life or death scenarios, morality, deception, influence, love, fortitude. Any extreme examples are used only to grab your attention and put you in the driver's seat. So they're not necessarily common, but they do happen from time to time. So forming alliances. The game is interesting when you meet other players, individuals you wouldn't interact with and end up interacting with and forming tribes or gangs. This is all in an attempt to survive against other groups, but mostly for individual protection or insulation from unwanted consequences. Look at your place of work and you'll see this in full effect, but no one will ever say it's because of the game. They'll say so-and-so is cool or so-and-so is this and that. I like this person, etc. You're basically forming a team or at least a pseudo team for work and work only. Some teams from work extend beyond the walls of your occupation. These wouldn't be pseudo teams, but in fact are greater and more impactful than your work teams. Each type has its own advantages. For example,
Sorry, go ahead.
For example, your work team can give you intel about the state of your job. Your other team gets you ahead beyond the walls of your job with group endeavors, etc. Look around and pay attention to what people do, how they move, and what they say, and you'll see that plenty of the people you know have already been actively playing the game. They just didn't tell you.
Facts.
So example, like this is just a regular example. After playing at a high level of basketball from high school through college, you've proven that you can play at an elite level and are recruited to join an NBA team. You know, so because of your skill, you know, other players want to play with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just because when you're good at something, you do bring value, you know,
Facts.
to your play style. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're getting resources from it, you know, rewards, you're getting ahead further in the game, you know what I'm saying? Different stages, different levels. So people are going to want to, you know, align themselves with you, you know what I'm saying? Or vice versa. But it's all in an effort to get ahead. You know what I mean? It's all in an effort to beat the game. So it's like,
it's almost like, sorry, I don't want to cut you off, but it's kind of like you're making alliances with people that you think are going to help better you.
Exactly.
Or get you to the next level.
And that's just at its core. It's not like necessarily saying like someone's like looking at you like, oh, align, you know?
Yeah.
It's not like that. Of course, you know, like you might click and this and that, but that's the core, you know, impetus or the core like spark that really does it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's our instinct to, you know, survive.
To do that,
You know what I'm saying? So we form groups to survive, but because we're
You did a really good job with this, by the way, man.
Appreciate you, man.
Hey, man. Yeah, no, right? He did a good job kind of laying it out for you, for us, man. Honestly, I appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, no, thanks.
So, what are your perspectives on that? Like, would you like what I said about the forming alliances? Like, what would you say that you see?
Actually, when you said that, man, it made me think of like even just what we're doing in our personal lives now. Like how you said, you know, forming alliances as far as like getting ahead of the game. Like everything we do, I feel like builds up to that. Like for example, like going for LAPD, you're trying to get, I guess, better pay in life,
sustainable, better sustainability,
better benefits, better everything.
Too,
yeah, so
to live a better life. Yeah,
yeah. So
give you more tools to do more.
Not even for you, but just for family altogether too.
No, of course, yeah.
So it's like, yeah, it's like I'm kind of seeing like slowly as we progress. I'm kind of seeing what you mean by like playing the game. Mm-hmm. It's just like just getting further, better in life, right? Just trying to get on top, basically.
Yeah, and this is another reason why people say like, you know, if you can be kind to everyone that you meet, because you never know
who you're talking to.
You never know what kind of player they are, what kind of connections they have. You know what I'm saying? What kind of advantages they have.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
Sometimes people talk out of line. You know what I'm saying? They might not say the right things in the right moment, and that can X them out of future, like co-plays. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
which could help them further their endeavors. So it's like you got to be cool with everyone that you know what I'm saying. That you mean. That's why there's that golden rule. You know what I'm saying? Because it's for you and them. You know what I mean? But it's like once people start being petty, people start being, you know what I'm saying? You start affecting people's play styles. Now they have to change it. You know what I'm saying? And then you become real. Then you really become competition. You know what I mean? So it always kind of like reverts back to that when you strip away all the feelings, emotions, and all the rules and all that stuff. That's just what I see.
Yeah, no, that's what. Dang, that's a trip, bro. And that's really what it is, though. I think that people are either aware of it or they're not aware of it. I don't really. Some people see reality different than others.
But they're still in it, though.
They are still in it.
They're still in it.
They're still in it. Like you said, there's no way to take a loss. Like I'm not gonna say no names, but you got that really, really overweight motherfucker that just gave up.
Right.
Like I enjoy being this way when really they don't enjoy being that way, but they just say that shit because they're too lazy to correct it. That's how I see it. I don't give a shit who takes offense to this. You know I have love for y'all who watch and listen to this show. But I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm sure you guys agree.
Go ahead, offend them.
Oh, you're right. Fuck
over easy.
You know what? Over easy. Fuck you. That's the time let's talk, bitch. I'm just kidding. Cocked and loaded on the show, my boy. Nah, but anyway, I honestly, if you're fat, bro, like if you're really, really fat, you're like, and you don't just give up. You gave up on life. If you're really that big, it just shows your laziness on the outside. I'm gonna stick by that. I'm chunky myself, so I'm saying this not just to motivate my fat listeners and viewers out there, but myself as well, because I'm not the skinniest dude ever, and I know I need to work on it. Bro, I've never been this big. I don't know if I told you guys this, right? Yeah. And I know I'm not a lazy person because obviously this takes effort. You guys know I'm not lazy, man. I'm not lazy. But it's like, I like to eat. I like to do some stuff that's destructive, you know what I'm saying, to my health and to my overall, you know what I'm saying? So I'm aware of that. So you're not always necessarily lazy, but I feel like the ones that are profusely overweight, those are the motherfuckers that are lazy, man. Because they don't do shit. They go to work to do the bare minimum and then they go home.
Sit down and eat.
You know what I'm saying? Sit down and eat and they don't do shit else. Yeah. They watch their shows. They probably don't even shower every day, which just makes it even worse. You know what I'm saying?
Be surprised.
Yeah, man. So you guys see where I'm going at. I'm just saying, for those of you watching out there, don't be offended, man. I just feel like hopefully maybe this can be an eye opener to the ones that are like that because they just turn it around. It ain't too late for you. Yeah. But I don't get too sidetracked. This is great, man.
Never
continue,
too late,
man. Yeah, it's never too late. Exactly. I mean, I just started. Shit, I'm already past day one. So
because even with them, it's like they're still gonna suffer the rules of the game because the rules of the game are still this.
They don't stop for nobody, like you said.
Like your body has its own kind of game going on health. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to be at a healthy weight. You got to be at a healthy fitness level. You know what I'm saying? To have optimal performance. It doesn't. Is it across the board? No. But generally speaking, that's the
the crazy thing is, bro, it's playing the game, but it's more like rolling dice.
Yeah, because there's no guaranteed outcome for anything.
There's none, but there is a pattern.
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean?
And I think what I could say too, man, about to chime in real quick if y'all don't mind. My idea of winning because you said something when you were doing the monologue in the beginning. Mm-hmm. Like you said something about you can't really beat the game or win the game, but the only way you can leave it, the only way you can technically win is if you leave a mark.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
Or that's what you said, or the way to leave a mark is you win.
Like
so what I understood from that, no, exactly, huh?
Like a skid mark.
Like a skid.
If that's your mark, man.
Yo, bro. He said a skid mark.
Skid mark, yeah.
Yeah, bro. You know, I agree with that. A skid mark. A skid mark is it, bro. I agree. Man, nah, bro. I honestly think so. My version of my understanding of that for that, right, would be in order to win in life, right? It's like you almost have to be delusional when you're chasing something, right? And what I mean by that is every famous rapper, artist, they've all said something similar to that. I had to keep telling myself, I'm gonna get it, right? Even they said that you almost have to lie to yourself, like almost like in a delusion that you're gonna have it one day. And then eventually you're manifesting that into reality, right? So I think in order to technically win the game, like you said, is leave a mark. So how do you leave a mark?
It's like
you remember.
grinding. You have to grind.
You're branding. Yeah, you remembered. I'll give you an example. Kobe, motherfucker about to have 3 statues throughout LA. I think he won, bro. You know what I'm saying? He won for sure because in several different ways. He broke records in the NBA, right? He set records. He set a bar, you know what I'm saying, in his favorite sport. That was his life. Then he has statues all over the city. In this world, at least, he won. Yeah. If you believe in God, obviously, like, did he win in that world? We don't know. Only he knows.
Right. We can assume.
Yeah, we could assume that he's in paradise, or he could really be gnashing teeth right now. Hopefully, I don't hope that on his soul. You know what I mean? But
here's a good thing about this shit, though. Here's a good thing about this is that the in my opinion, God can coexist with this. I mean, he's the admin, anyways. Okay?
Of course, he's the one watching all. He's overseeing everything.
So.
Would you agree with that ideology, though, of that being the win? That's how you win in this game? Leave a mark and be remembered? Like, he got statues. Obviously, he's going to remember.
I don't think so.
There's different ways, but
that's the ultimate
I'm
saying way. The world's way. That's the world's definition.
Leaderboard that way, you know?
It is the world's definition. But the thing is like, we have...
You stay on the world's leaderboard, though.
There you go. Oh, okay. So you're saying like a high score.
You're like stamped.
Like a high score. Okay. Like a video game, yeah.
Your shit stamped right there, bro.
Hey, you see, the thing is like, they got statues somewhere for Martin Luther King, for, you know, all these big people.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but
his points are different.
But nobody
he has influence.
But
that's his points.
Once your direct circle, you know, once they're off the game board as well, it's like you're just kind of like
no. But then
you're just in the history. But nobody really knows.
No, but then you become legend. But like your time has passed already. But within that time, your name is making waves. You know what I mean? Like you still have influence. You know what I mean?
But you don't have nothing else to gain from it though.
No one lives forever.
Yeah, that's I don't think there's any winning as far like, so I think that shouldn't even be the goal.
Technically,
winning. Okay, leaving your mark. It can be anything. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to necessarily be this or that, but it's like whatever you leave, that's your legacy, man.
It is what you stood for, what they knew you for.
That's true. No, that's true.
Now, let's say to me, someone winning is someone who sets a goal. It's like, oh, like I want this, and they're able to get that shit. That to me is winning. You know what I'm saying now if that goal, them getting that is also setting their mark, dope. You know what I mean? Maybe it's not always gonna like set the mark, them getting like what they want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But maybe for them, they don't have to set the mark. Me, I just put that like setting the mark because I know some people want to
be remembered.
Everybody
want to be remembered.
That's the ultimate win. You know what I'm saying? Having your name in fucking history. Not
that's
just being here one time. Think about it, bro. There's people that are talked about 10,000 years ago, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, and it's like they're not here to hear their name being spoken, but I think it's dope that they're not here, bro.
They're still being discussed.
Exactly. Like they're a part of why this shit's the way it is.
Does religion play in that?
Look at it.
Does religion play in that?
It could.
Because
it's part of history.
Yep.
People have made ultimate, the people have made freaking crazy decisions off of it, so it's part of history.
I think it's a sign of fear.
What
think so?
What's a sign of fear?
I think it's a sign of fear.
What is?
One in the not necessarily wanting to leave an impact, but because to leave an impact, that's cool and everything. But I think wanting to be remembered, I think that's a sign of fear. You don't want to be forgotten.
It doesn't necessarily mean that you want to be remembered because you don't want to be forgotten. You might want to be remembered so that you can inspire people to. No,
that's what I'm saying. That's one thing. But every time you hear somebody say they want to be remembered, it's because they don't want to be forgotten.
But that's not everybody.
It's not everybody, but at least the people I've heard
maybe generally speaking, people want to be remembered for like vain reasons, you know?
Yeah.
But there's always one or some who want to actually, have, an
impact.
Yeah, an actual impact.
A real one. Tangible.
Okay, so we're talking about the people that actually want a real impact.
Anybody, honestly.
It could be for anybody, any player in the game, yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
What kind of record do you want to leave behind? Legacy. Like you said earlier, it goes back to legacy.
For example, like if you do something like Okay, Kobe. I want to say Kobe
Jordan.
because that's
Or even Jordan, yeah. One of them. Well, we're using basketball references.
okay.
Okay, look. So,
Elon Musk.
Or okay, I'll give you another
Bill
one.
Gates.
We'll do difference. Yeah, Elon. Those are other
but then
influential
you got-
names. Or sports wise, Jackie Robinson.
nah, but sports is sports. I'm talking about like
Yeah, but I mean,
Martin
you still-
Luther King type shit.
Oh, you saying like they did
So
some
like
actual
Malcolm X.
like actually change something.
Okay, that's a good example.
You know, there's a lot
When
of
I
people
used
that-
Rosa
Kobe,
Parks.
see, but when I used Kobe earlier, I was using it as an example of someone that
Well, that's
that won
legacy.
in their life,
That's
legacy wise.
legacy. Yeah, that's legacy.
That's personal win, right? Personal gain. But what you're talking about now, that's big too. I feel like
that's
that
more
might
destiny.
even.
I
I was about
think
to
that's
say
more
that,
destiny.
and that might even be grander. Let's be honest. Like
Right.
people like the Harriet Tubmans of the world, or the people that the people that did the Underground Railroad. Those motherfuckers were the ones that really changed lives, man.
But they
That
were
really
trying to be
changed
in
the
the
course
paper.
of stuff. You know what I mean?
Huh?
But they weren't trying to be in a
Yeah, they
history
weren't
book.
trying to
They
be,
were
yeah.
just doing what they had to do,
Right.
and people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
remembered
man.
them.
See,
You know what I'm saying?
And then
because with the sports
was she?
realm,
I don't want to get it wrong, guys. Who was the one that did the Underground Railroad? Was it Harriet
Harriet
Tubman?
Tubman.
Oh, so I got that right. Okay, I don't want to fuck that
that's
up.
my favorite.
I don't want to fuck that
They
up.
call her the Black Moses.
She's a gangster, bro.
They call her the Black
way
Moses.
I'm sorry, I had to shout her
Yeah.
out, guys. I know we just missed Black History Month, but I still got to show my love when I get a chance. You know what I'm saying? She's a gangster for
And
that.
she had a hard-
honestly. That's
she had
some
a
dope
hard
shit.
upbringing.
And you know how scary that is to be
had a
doing
hard
that shit.
upbringing.
To know think about it, what kind of risk was right above their heads. That is scary, man. So props to her and everybody that was in her camp to make that a reality, man. Because that shit, they weren't playing back then, man. Had them all put to death for that shit. So hey, shout out to her and her loved ones and her extension of her family. Because man, that
Let me ask something before we close out with Harriet Tubman, because
Go ahead.
I read a book on her, bro.
Go ahead.
When she was a young girl, I forgot how old she was. She might have been around.
I didn't mean to cut you
10.
off too, bad. You were trying to get this
that's
out, right? Go ahead.
No, she might have been around like 10 or 11 or something like that. And I think her family at the time were like owned by like, slave owners or whatever the case may be.
Uh-huh.
And I think she didn't know how to do something, or she did something wrong. And her master at the time or whatever smacked her in the head. I forgot what he smacked her in the head with, but he like broke her skull at the age of like 10, 12,
Damn.
something like that. And like, I guess like that's why she kind of looks a little, but I'm like, that book is crazy, bro.
That is crazy. I didn't know that. That's nuts, man. I will say this though, before you go on to your next talking point,
Right.
I want to ask you, these influential people that we're talking about, then this ties into today's topic, which is like the game of life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you say these people are game changers? That's what they are, right?
Yeah.
People that abolished slavery, right? People like, the Lincolns that helped out the black community, and also the people that were going through the slave ships and all that.
Exactly.
They were game changers, right?
Yeah.
People that
They
abolished
changed
all
the
that stuff,
system.
changed the system.
Yeah.
So the overall simulation, if you want to call it that, they found a way to penetrate it and change the course of it. Would you guys agree?
They changed something.
Or
they can't change
something
everything,
that-
but
but
they
they at least
changed
altered
a
it.
nuance that
Yeah.
that has a profound effect on
Yeah.
the rest of the gameplay.
Along with other historic events
It's
that
like a
took
patch,
place. Yeah, a patch. Yeah, I like that.
So
That's
would
cool.
you guys separate the two categories that we spoke about, like sports and, would you separate that like legacy and destiny? Like it has to fall in between those two?
No, I mean it's all encompassing in my opinion.
Interesting.
Like it all counts for something.
Yeah,
It all
wouldn't
puts
separate
towards
it.
some a certain goal, or the main goal, really.
Yeah.
But you were saying though, go ahead, bro. Next point.
So that was forming alliances, and then it leads us to strategy.
Well, yeah, we kind of we were still on topic for forming alliances, right? Kind of.
Yeah.
Sorry, y'all. We're a little off. But as far one last thing I do want to say about forming alliances. We have an alliance right here.
Right.
This is a form of an alliance, right? Because us doing this, we're trying to better. You know what I'm saying?
They're the alliance.
You guys are the alliance too, yeah. But I'm saying us three, we're like the forefront of it. And you guys are a part of this alliance. You're right. You know he's right. You guys are the alliance. Shout out to our viewers and listeners out there.
Hell yeah! Shout out.
You know,
to y'all.
trying to put that out there real quick, y'all.
Hell yeah!
Appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's for y'all. Yeah. But go ahead.
All
It's
right,
furious.
so next one, we're going to talk about strategy.
Cool.
All right, so the game is about strategy, and if not structured correctly, it'll undo a lot you had planned. For example, this is one of many reasons you must beware of those who only ask for things and never give anything in return. The person opposite to you is strategizing on how to get something from you. They're formulating how to ask you, how to approach you, how to sell you their idea of giving them something. Whatever it is, it's up to you if you'll buy it or not. Think back far enough, maybe not even that far, and you'll find a similar instance. Businesses strategize on how to get your money from your pocket to the register. People within your proximity are no different. If they truly want something from you, they'll strategize on how to get it from you, whether by coercion, force, or a mixture of the two. People who understand the game take this aspect of the game very seriously. There is no specific look of the strategizer, nor even certain actions, because many play styles can be used strategically. The proof, if it works, is in the results. Strategy is one of the core mechanics of the game. So example, a new position has opened up at your place of work. There's only one position and there's 3 qualified individuals. One, that you can beat for sure, but the other one is a little too qualified. You might have to manipulate the system to get what you want. Should you make them look bad, make yourself look better? What do you do if you want to win? So, what's your take on that?
What's your strategy to win?
Yeah, well, when it comes to strategy, you want something, it's for the benefit of, for your greater good. How do you go about it? Because
finding it kind of goes back to the last one, which was forming a good alliance. I feel like you having like-minded people with the same goals in mind will help you get there. But as far as what you could do for self, get your ass in the gym, make yourself self-improvement that way, but also mentally read books, man. Do stuff that's gonna, also feed that. I feel like if you get the right advice from the right people, or you follow the word of God, that's the biggest one, right? You do those things and you take care of the temple, man, then you should be fine. And it's gonna be hard to stay, consistent with it. But that's another one. It's consistency, man.
Right.
This is my take on it. Consistency. Saying balance, a well-balanced diet. All this stuff's hard. It's easy to say, but to follow it out loud, that's the hard part. To walk the walk. You know what I'm saying? Easy to talk the talk. I'm saying as long as you have those weapons, then this strategically should help you guide you to whatever you're trying to do, right? But there's no guidelines to this shit as far as how to do it, how to get there.
It's how you do it.
It's how you do it in order to get it.
Yeah,
exactly. It's a freestyle. Because let's be honest, everybody came up differently, bro.
Right.
Even J. Cole said it. He's like, yeah, man. He's like, you almost have to be delusional, lie to you. Like you said, lie to yourself, but you got to just know that what you're doing and the work that you're putting into the music, in his case, music, it's going to pay off eventually. That was his strategy. Look at him now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And obviously he came up differently than Kendrick and Drake and all those guys came up a little differently. Drake had his foot in the door with acting. You get the point. That's just an entertainment. Now, these other big names that did influential changes in history, they grinded too. It was a little bit of a different grind. You know what I'm saying? But their strategies led them to where they're going. But anyway, I don't want to go on. I digress. SlideShow, what about you? Strategy wise, what would you?
In this game of life.
Yeah.
I figured out my strategy.
What's your take on a strategy? Yeah.
It's usually worked out pretty good for me, but my strategy is as far as the example you gave in the workplace, I've tend to not or take a humble approach, I would say. It's never been my thing to make somebody look bad so I can look good.
Yeah.
That's never been my thing. My thing is this, if it's for me, it'll come to me kind of thing. So it's like me, I just try to continue being, because the thing is, if you're working with people and like you said, like a position opens up and you act different, people are going to tell it's an act if you start acting different.
Big facts.
So you have to be who you've always been.
I understand that. No. So that's like being like a good person, right?
Yeah.
I get that. Okay.
Yeah.
But my thing is just like, it's like you only have, there's no one else in your vehicle with you. It's just you. Okay.
Okay.
There's your race, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like the finish line's right here. Okay. We're not thinking about morality or anything like that. You know what I'm saying?
You're also not looking left to right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How do you get there before this person? Okay, like this. Let's take morality out of it. What's your strategy to get ahead? Take morality out of it, and you'll see how much of a game it is, because morality is the thing that's what kind of like shifts things. You know what I'm saying? But like, let's say if you didn't care, what would you do? You know?
It's one of those things where, like you said, like a race. Like you don't focus on everybody else. You just like, I'm racing myself.
Yeah.
You're going at your own pace.
Right.
That part.
But how do you? but it's like there can only be one winner. Like if you're in that that scenario, how do you do you even want to win?
That's true. Was that your answer for strategy? Was that your answer for strategy?
Yeah.
Because what if the point does come, right? Like in this time, in this life, right? Where for you to survive, there's something that you have to do against your morality, whether small or big. You don't know what it is, but it's something that you have to do.
Yeah.
Are you willing to do it?
Depends on what it is.
Exactly. But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. But
I'm saying, but morality, at a certain point, we choose when to cut it off.
Oh, for sure.
We choose how we want to play this.
That's like
Yeah.
That's like the that's
We
like
determine
the,
what's good and bad.
We determine that exactly.
That's like the
and it's at whatever time that we feel that it's appropriate.
thou shalt not kill, but let somebody come break up in that house
Exactly.
at nighttime, and that's
You gonna pop somebody.
Or that someone,
Yeah, and then what do you do?
Or that someone like take your wife.
You said
shit.
somebody takes your wife?
Yeah.
Oh.
In your bed or some shit.
Oh well, that's well. You mean pass away or?
No.
We're back to
Take
this
her.
again.
Oh, you mean, well, then she was never mine to begin with.
You brought back Superman?
That's the
Where bro's gonna be
that's
flexing
you
and pointing at
that's
you?
being a good person, right? But some people they take
Well,
the route. You know what
You
I'm
gotta.
saying?
Well, let me ask you this
Exactly.
then, bro.
Huh.
So if
Go ahead.
because you brought this shit,
you said you shouldn't have said it.
you brought this
You
shit
shouldn't
back
have
up. I had to say it, bro.
You brought this on yourself.
You brought this on
What?
yourself.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Let him have it.
This is let him
Over
have it.
easy.
He said over.
Oh, hell no. What
He
I
said let him
say?
have it over easy.
Over easy.
What I say?
Okay, you were like, okay, what would you do? Would you have the urge to kill somebody that was in your bed with another woman? I literally thought back to the other episode where you're like, he's doing the Superman and he's pointing. So what would you say if bro did that?
Oh shit.
And as he's looking at you, he's like, yeah, motherfucker, I just got ahead of you in this game.
Damn.
And he just kept
I
drilling
see.
it right there. Just kept
He
busting
said-
their
he said-
cheeks out.
He said, "Oh yeah, the game of life."
Yeah, he's like, I'm winning.
Now,
I'm beating you now,
now let's-
motherfucker.
now let's say-
this is your wife right here. This is your wife. And he's just drilling her shit, bro.
If
What
I
do you-
wasn't
what are you
aware-
doing, bro?
If I wasn't aware of like what this shit is, right? And if I wasn't mature, if I wasn't, if I was on some petty stupid shit, just in my feelings, I'd probably kill him.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Like that's some aggressive shit.
But that'd
This
be-
is your wife right here. This is your
You know what I'm
wife right here. Holy
You know what I'm
shit.
saying? Or I probably like,
All right, so what would
beat him
mature
up.
you then? What would mature you do then?
I would just walk away.
All right, what about you?
Okay.
So,
I'd take a picture and walk away.
I walk
yes,
away.
there you go. I like that, fellas.
You know
Good
what I'm
job.
saying? Yeah,
I'm proud of
The
y'all.
picture will be for court.
Right.
The picture will be for court.
Yeah. Okay.
Hell yeah,
You know what I'm
bro.
saying? But yeah, but still, I'm saying just fucking walk away. You know what I mean? But of course, while you're walking away, you still have all these emotions in you that are telling you, "Hey, man, fuck that fool."
That's
man.
bro. That's
Yeah,
why.
no.
That's why you just.
But-
That's like, God, don't even think about it. Don't think about it.
But that's what I'm
Just walk
saying is like,
out. Don't think about it.
but in
said,
that
"Don't think
instance, you can choose to do
Because
whatever the fuck
let's be
you want.
honest, masculine wise, it's gonna eat your soul.
No,
Hey,
of
bro.
course.
It will. Think
Hey,
about
I actually seen a video like that. Bro already knew what was going on. I don't know if he seen the dude truck parked in the front or what. Bro came in with a butcher knife. He came in the room swinging. I think he caught the dude twice. Like, sling. The dude, he's smart. The wife was like, no, wait. He pushed the wife into the dude and then he took off. And then the dude was like, to his wife, he was like,
it. Oh shit! Yeah, he's just giving it to her.
he got her like 20 times.
He killed her?
She died on
Oh,
the
yeah,
bed.
she did, of
She
course.
died on the bed.
Yeah,
That was it.
Done.
That was it.
bro.
But I mean, it's,
Bro
it's
said,
never
"Here,
that
take
serious.
her."
No, yeah, he.
Pushed her.
Hey, if
want her
I see
anymore.
that video again, I'm sending it to y'all. He ran out
can't-
butt naked. Yeah,
We can't
dude was
show
like-
y'all. I'm sorry, we can't. Look at him. Get that.
he was giving it to her nonstop.
Fuck, man. Slice and dice.
Bro in there looking like Blade Trinity. Letting her have it. And I'm
That's
like,
a Blade Trinity.
it's like the game of life. He threw his life away right there.
Yep.
That's it.
This is
You know what I'm saying? So
Or he threw her life away.
He threw her like for sure, bro.
that's-
Man.
but that's-
Congratulations, you played yourself.
It's never that serious, bro.
No, I
it's
agree.
never that serious.
It's really not. I agree. Throwing your whole life away over it? Nah.
Nah.
But what about you, though, Mr. Furious? What about you? What's your answer for strategy, man? We can move on.
For strategy, I mean, I'll say it just, I mean, you can apply it to any play style. It's just, you have to understand your advantages and your disadvantages. You got to understand what works for you and just what works for your play. Just like when you play Call of Duty, right? There's certain guns that, that you like. Certain guns feel better in your hand with the controller, whatever, depending on what mods, whatever. So it's like that, like you just have to go where you're good at, in a sense. That's just for like
Go with what
basics.
you got.
Yeah,
Go what you got. Yeah.
that's the basic rule of thumb, I would say. Don't try to be something that you're not. I mean,
Yeah, that makes
unless
sense.
you're already on your way to, transforming into that.
Yeah.
Then yeah, but yeah, basically.
Otherwise,
Otherwise,
that's
don't do it.
wasting time.
Yeah, otherwise,
Yeah.
it's time for
you got to
sure.
work with your strengths, basically.
Yeah.
Everyone's got a different build.
Mhm.
Different
strategy.
Everything, everything's different.
And that builds into your
I agree.
strategy, too.
Yeah.
I think how
I
your
agree.
build is. Your
'Cause
build,
look-
your build's going to determine how you move, though.
Because not only that,
Yeah.
look. If you take, let's say, everyone that we know, right? Put them all, line them up all side by side, right? Mm-hmm. And list all of their traits, all their advantages, right? Everyone's going to have different gains and losses. Everyone's going to have different places that they excel better than the next player.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
some are going to have worse, everyone's gonna be fluctuating.
Bro, how far gone does some players got to be, man?
I thought you was gonna say
Some
let
are
them all
bad.
fight.
Some are like,
Yeah, that, and then some are cooks.
some are like in the neck. Yeah,
What?
some are fucking cucks, bro.
Oh, that's crazy. Y'all don't look that up. Don't look that up.
Don't look that
Straight
up.
up.
Oh shit, bro. Read into it if you like. If the shoe fits, wear it.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, man. I can't. I should edit
Hey,
that
that's
out. I'm gonna edit that
Hey, that's
out.
another distraction in the game of life right there.
You edited it up.
no, leave that shit in there.
He said hashtag leave it in. What?
No, I said that's another distraction in the game of life.
It is.
That's one of the main distractions.
There's some. I bring up that too because I don't know how you could be a cuck. I don't understand.
Here we go.
it, man.
Fucking put that.
I had to say it. I don't get it though, bro. You say, "Here we go."
pathetic-
How could you be that way? Is
That's
that
a pathetic strategy. I'll say that.
It is. It's definitely.
Nigga said that's a different strategy.
He said that's a pathetic.
That's a
strategy.
pathetic strategy.
Yo, let him know. Let's just start over.
He said a pathetic strategy.
That is a pathetic strategy, though, bro. Like,
Or maybe not a strategy at
so
all.
you need a reboot. That's not a strategy,
Maybe not, but it's an anti-strategy.
bro. How could
Shit.
you be that way? I don't understand it. For money, no. Or some people just
Or a
to get
fucking
taken.
fetish, maybe they got a fetish.
I can't, dude. I know nobody at this entire table would ever put up with that shit or even be into that shit.
Nah,
Sorry, SlideShow. I had to just put it out there, bro. Are you good?
It's just who writes this shit.
What? You know we're unscripted on Timeless Talk. We don't write
He
this
said
shit.
who writes this?
Who writes this shit? It's
No,
true.
I mean just the game of life. That like,
No, I
how
agree.
people
I
like
agree.
that
No, I
exist
know
or-
what you mean. I was just kidding. Yeah, but it's who does write this shit? I don't know, man. But go ahead. Next one.
Maybe that's a glitch in the matrix. Then
It probably is,
yeah.
bro. I
So-
wouldn't doubt it.
another part of the game, right? Is social awareness, right? And social awareness is developed through trial and error and direct observation. You need other players to build this skill. So in essence, you must participate in the game. There's no, of
course.
you have to know how to, feel the room, This skill is useful in navigating the game with a little more finesse and can further your progress with a little bit less friction. It's not a perfect skill, meaning that it can be used perfectly. However, results may vary. You never want to appear too perfect because that also creates opposition. Having social awareness can guide you in situations where you might feel pressure to do or act a certain way. You may have excellent social awareness at work and use it to your advantage to progress. No one would bat an eye at that. It would actually be praised. But if you are out with your buddies, let's say drinking, and you're too socially aware that you can't even knock a few beers back and just fucking shoot the shit, you look weird, Like it's like,
Yeah.
oh man, like what's up with this guy? You become suspicious as if you're hiding something, even though you may not be hiding something, So
Come off like that.
right,
Yeah.
It's just so basically, It's like overall social awareness is understanding how to read the room and also to tap into how the room feels.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So yeah, it's just like, let's say you're having like when they give us the workplace like scenarios and people are talking like, oh, like they say something that's a little out of pocket.
Yeah.
Oh, like do you add to the joke or do you just be like, no, like, I'm not gonna say shit. You know what I mean? That's like
That's
that's
me.
basic social awareness.
That's
You know what I
me.
mean?
Yeah. Do you add to it?
No, I don't add to it.
You know what? He
but that's
said, hell
just-
no.
But that just goes with a lot of things though.
Over easy.
You know what I'm saying?
Over
Like-
easy. The Crimson Chin. Sorry, go ahead,
No,
bro.
yeah, but that goes with a lot of things. Just how if you're talking with someone, right? Let's say you're talking in private, you don't necessarily have to say, "Oh, this is between us," or "Hey, don't say anything." What you say, just because of
Should already be known,
of the
yeah.
magnitude, it's like,
Yeah, I
okay,
agree.
you wouldn't want this out.
But sometimes people throw it in there
But
between
sometimes, bro,
you and me,
yeah.
between you and me. They'll usually say that in the
Oh,
beginning,
yeah.
and that's like your way of saying don't say shit elsewhere.
Yep.
People squeeze it in all the time though.
Yeah,
Just
You
like
almost have to.
almost like as a reassurance. I feel like you have to
Yeah.
sometimes, man. Not everybody fucking catches that. You know what I mean? Like this is some motherfuckers like, why would you think this is okay to repeat,
Right.
bro? Like, you know what I mean? Like
Yep.
that's why now I don't do it to y'all. 'Cause I know y'all understand. You guys
Right.
understand the program. Some people don't. So I feel like I have to with a lot of individuals throw that shit in there real quick.
Yeah.
Like, hey, between you and me, But
you know? Yeah, so
I agree though. It should be without saying automatically. You should know.
Yeah, or if someone's like like mad dogging you, okay, chances are they probably don't like you, right? You know, so it's just social. It's just little nuances, but it can be applied to bigger things.
Mm-hmm.
Just as if someone, let's say someone, I don't know, committed a crime or some shit. You know what I mean? And they're speaking. Let's say that they're speaking in a way that they're trying to mask it. If you're socially aware, you might be able to pick up on something that they, you know what I mean? It gives them away. That's just
Do you call it out, or do you just let it go? Do you say, "Hey"?
That's up to you.
I do.
That's up to you, though.
Yeah.
You know? But that's where that skill comes in.
I do.
I agree. You do.
As long as it's not at work, I'll call it out.
There you go.
So the next part.
Okay.
So, all right, self-control. Right,
there we go.
That's probably the most important aspect of the game,
and self-awareness, basically,
because it can be applied to any facet of the game. Self-control is related to willpower and therefore contributes greatly to your success or failure within the game. This skill is quite often overlooked, either willingly or by proxy, due to circumstances, personal desires, etc. Self-control goes hand in hand with willpower.
It does.
The more equal the two are, the more you'll be able to make stronger decisions. Decisions propel the game further. The game doesn't progress without choice. Now, here's the catch. Doing nothing is still a decision, so it will only make the time pass by in a more agonizing way. Taking action cannot be avoided. You don't have to accept that you're in a game, but once you do, you're that much more ready to make sound decisions independent of how someone may feel about it.
Bro, this makes me feel like we're in the Matrix. When you say shit like that, like once you accept it, it's like once you take that pill, bitch, and you realize what world we're in.
Because think about it, bro.
It's like that though. It is.
Just think about all the shit that we always talk about, all the bullshit, bro. If you break it down, it's people playing games, bro.
It is.
They're playing games to get what they want.
It is.
And to move ahead and get this and get that, whatever it is, whether it's sex, fucking money, job, whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? They're doing things.
And you hear people say all the time, you playing games. Yeah,
exactly.
They are.
It's said tongue in cheek, but it's really you playing the fucking game.
Everybody is. Yeah, whether you admit it or not. Yeah. How you, it's all about how you perceive it. It's crazy, man.
Now people crash and burn because, you know, sometimes like they might spam, you know, they might spam too much. You know what I'm saying? They lose self-control, you know, and they start spamming a certain action, you know, or a certain move too much, you know, and they get exhausted. You know what I mean?
Yes, I got it. Woo!
You know what I mean? So, yeah, so it's like
you're smashing that button
it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah, that button, huh?
You know?
Get that button, no. Sorry, bro.
Yeah. What's your take, man?
As far as the it's self-control?
Yeah.
I don't know. I
self-control in like
I think it ties into self-awareness.
And like
too.
how you they're all
self-awareness.
No, like
because you were saying social awareness in the last one.
Yeah, so social awareness is like how you deal with other players, right? Self-control is how you deal with yourself. And with yourself in the game. You know what I'm saying? And of course everything else.
Yeah.
It's all encompassing, but specifically it's you in the game, you know, or you and other players. But social awareness is how you interpret nuances and you know what I'm saying, little, you know what I'm saying?
So that gets into like how people believe in the karma or you reap what you sow, right?
No, social awareness wouldn't be that. That would be more like core belief.
Oh, we're doing the social awareness because I was doing
social awareness was before. This is self-control, but what you're talking about with like karma and all that, that's like more like core belief.
Oh, okay.
Like your faith. It's a faith-based type of thing. You know?
It is, but I act accordingly, like how I conduct myself with like this game of life based on like I believe I reap what I sow.
Yeah, that's
if that makes sense.
Morality, though.
Okay, so then they can't tie together.
No, they can, but I'm saying, but like morality, that's like like you have a more moral play style. That's what I would say.
Like your decision making without religion.
Other players are more ruthless.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Do what they want.
Exactly.
Do what they
need. They don't give a fuck how you feel. Ryan cares how you feel. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, or to an extent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know how you. Know what I'm
so then,
but it's like,
damn, bro, you don't care how I feel, bro.
Huh?
You never know.
You don't care how I feel, bro.
But I don't care how I feel.
You don't care how I feel.
What are you talking about?
See, elaborate. You're saying
so like when there's other like your play style is more moral, right? You have more of a moral compass because you're always
meaning So when it comes to social awareness, you're saying that you keep people's feelings in your mind.
I do you consider other people, right?
You consider them.
I do, but it's because I do the treat people how I want to be treated.
Yeah, so that's morality. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying like that affects like how you play the game too. It affects the moves you make, how you get ahead. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying there's other players who are more ruthless. They don't
like more selfish.
They just don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
So they might get ahead faster because they're just that much more willing to fucking chop the next one down.
You heard good guys finish last, right?
Yeah, that's real. That's real. Now, unless you're finish last, bro. Unless the game's rules require that good guys win. You know what I'm saying? But the game the way it is now, it's like it's capitalism, bro. So you have to be ruthless if you want.
So,
to get
I
ahead.
agree.
You have
I
to be.
agree. I agree.
There's
I don't like it,
there's
but I
no
agree.
gentle way to
so
the
for
top.
the rest,
Congratulations, you played yourself.
for all those weak men out there,
Because I'm conscious. I'm conscious of when I'm
I
being
agree.
selfish, but
No, I
sometimes
agree.
you.
I agree though, but you know, I hate to admit it. You're right. In this world, unfortunately, man, because it's a lost place. You have to. You said you have to be aggressive like that. You have to be cutthroat sometimes to get ahead. You have to step on people sometimes. Like,
Yep.
I'm not gonna say no names, but there's individuals that we worked with in the past that we knew that not a lot of people were fans of. That did what they had to do to get to somewhere. You know what I mean? So, and they're like, hey, nothing personal, but I knew I had to do it in order to grow. I guess I can understand that to an extent because it kind of ties into what we're saying. We're saying here right now.
So is that
You know what I mean?
Is that a problem or no?
I feel like it can be if you step on people that when you step on people regardless, it's going to be an issue. That person's going to be offended. They're going to take it a certain way, no matter what you do. So you have to be able to be okay with that, right? I guess let it go. So I mean, is it okay? Probably not to everybody else. Will it be okay to the individual? To answer your question, yeah, they probably don't give a shit. They're like, fuck it, I need to get ahead. Sorry,
Right? Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
But that's life, right?
but yeah, that's
game of
life. Not everybody's not going to
It's
agree with you.
competition.
No, facts. And when you take a position of power, unfortunately,
Oh.
at some point, someone's going to not like you, bro, because of something you
course.
told them to do, or that's
Whatever.
inevitable.
But yeah, and that comes with the game. You know what I mean? That's built in because other
Like-
players, we're all in competition with each other. So
Yeah.
that player wants that spot too.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So his perception is like, okay, like now, how do we get you out, or how do I get there, and and
Nah,
get
facts.
ahead? You know what I'm saying, so it's all. Everyone's playing it whether they believe it or not. Like you're
I
playing,
agree.
You're actively playing it,
I agree.
even if you're not doing anything because you're avoiding something because you're like, oh, I'm thinking it's not for me. You're strategizing already how to stay out of it. It still keeps.
And that's a problem, too. Yeah, that's a gem right there, bro.
There
Good
are
shit.
no teams.
Yep.
There are no teams.
No, there are teams, but the thing is, at the end of the day, we're all
Against
at
each
the
other.
core. We're all in it for ourselves. Okay, if we had to choose, right? Think about it, right? Let's say this is the last fucking drink on Earth, right? Last drink on Earth, right? Between us three, last fucking drink, right? And
Would you want to share it, or would you just take it for yourself?
what do you do?
Mortal Kombat fight scene.
Okay, how about this? How about this,
Get
man?
it?
How about this?
Mortal Kombat, damn, bro. I'm gone. You just sideline the shit out of me right now, bro. So.
Then you getting Jackie Chan
I'm just saying,
Bicycle
it's,
kick.
It's the last drink, bro.
He said you getting bicycle kick.
No, but I'm saying, look. This is the last drink on Earth, right? Last drink on Earth, right? World's fucking ending. This is the last drink on Earth, right? Okay, world's not ending, but this is the last drink, okay? Now, right now, we can say, oh, I would share it with you, blah, 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 because we have some stuff to drink.
Abundance,
We
yeah.
have abundance, but when there's nothing left and it's just this,
Survival
I
of the
guarantee
fittest.
you we're going to think differently.
Survival of the fittest.
For sure.
You think so?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You're going to be a different Ryan, you know what I'm saying? You might, or either you're going to be different or you're going to be
I
fighting
have
as
a
hell
crazy
not
example to add
change.
with this, bro. Before I get into that example, sorry, what were you saying? You want to cut you off? You,
No, I was saying it's like he'll be having a really hard time fighting the urge to fucking change. You know what I'm saying? Be like, fuck,
Yeah.
like I'm not gonna give in.
No,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
for
saying?
sure. No, yeah.
But you're gonna feel it. You're going to.
Until
You
you're
can't
really
avoid that.
in that position. Yeah, like you said, you can say what you're gonna say, but you never know.
no.
Can one of you
exactly.
guys do me a favor?
Exactly.
I was going to Google it, but if you guys don't mind Googling, we're going to do a little bad podcast etiquette. Can one of y'all Google? There's a tradition that they do at the sea, and it's funny. It's basically ties into what you were saying. I didn't cut anybody off, right?
No.
Okay. There's a certain I guess a thing that sailors do at sea when they're stranded at sea. And this is going to quick ties into what we were just literally talking about. They will literally eat each other, bro. Or the person that's the weakest will literally become food to keep the rest of them sustained and alive.
The sailors do that?
What is it called? Do you know what it's called? Can you Google that real quick? I'm sorry if you want to
Cannibalism?
Yeah, no, dead ass. That's what they do. It's a real thing, bro. But they said that they don't like saying
And
it.
with
But,
hikers too.
so what? Yeah, what is that? Do you know what it's called? I'll Google it, man.
What is
What,
it? What is
cannibalism or what?
No,
What is it?
It's called it is the act is cannibalism.
For what?
But there's an actual code word that's supposed to be the sailors stay away from it. But once someone says it out loud, or I vow myself to be blah blah blah, the
Oh,
phrase,
fuck?
then now they have to do it now.
I didn't know about that. That's
They
crazy.
lay
Wait,
down.
they have to
Fucking, like,
volunteer
sacrifice
themselves?
themselves?
Yes, bro,
Fuck
for the
that.
good of their crew, and then
Hell
they get to
nah.
eat them, bro.
They
Like,
shoot someone else.
yeah, man, that's a real
I
thing.
fucking break your
volunteer.
leg so
I
they-
said
they
I
fucking break your leg
volunteer
on
the
purpose
next
and shit?
person. I volunteer the next
Sailor,
person.
Nah.
what is it called? Sailor cannibalism.
You guys heard that?
Hell, that's too well, bro.
We do ASMR here.
Okay, yeah, here we go. I found it. Custom of the sea is a custom said to be practiced by the officers in cruise ships and boats in the open sea. As distinguished from maritime law, which is a distinct and coherent, which is distinct and coherent body of law governing maritime questions and offenses. Among these customs was the practice of cannibalism amongst shipwrecked survivors by the donning of lots to decide who would be killed and eaten so the others might survive. They would draw, so I guess what would happen was, that's what it was. So they would draw straws, bro. They would when one captain would say this, or the sailor, whoever would announce it, they would have to draw straws, bro. And whoever pulled
you're dying. Fuck that. We're gonna eat you, bro.
And they honor it, bro. So whoever loses, that motherfucker's getting rushed and killed.
That sucks.
Yeah, bro. And that's sad. Like, you're done. Oh well.
You can fight, but you're gonna lose.
Yeah. Because everybody agreed on it, and that's supposed to be the law of the sea. Isn't that sad, bro? That's scary, right?
I'll jump overboard, bro. Fuck that.
So,
you eating me, bro.
Get his ass! I want that Amateur in my mouth.
Pause.
Pause, yeah.
I did it on purpose, bro. He's okay, that would be imagine. They're like, I want a piece of Amateur in my mouth, damn it. Oh, bro. You had to go there?
Imagine the homie lose, and you just look at him like, I'm enjoying eating your ass.
Hell no.
What the fuck? I'm enjoying eating that ass. I knew that bicep would be juicy.
That's where the most meat is.
Oh.
Yeah.
People listening to this shit, bro. I'm like, what the? Anyway, what's your next one, man? That's that. I had to use that example because that, right? It ties into what you were saying, though. It really is like that sometimes, man.
So,
that's a more deliberate fucking example, but yeah, survival of the fittest, bro. Shit, you don't get more deliberate than that.
Okay, so here's one part. Like when the chips fall. Okay,
all right.
What do you do when everything goes to shit? The precursor to your total demise is a previous demise that has gone unnoticed, unchecked, unregulated, unrecognized. These events are swift and grand and almost take your breath away. They usually come without warning, but when it hits you, you'll never forget it. Making it out of these scenarios can prove difficult. However, it is within these experiences that a person becomes more or less of who they are.
Wow.
Moments like these can be used to hone necessary skills further and can add to different perspective from your point of view that can propel you to succeed, sink or swim. So what do you do like when everything goes to shit? You know what I mean? Like some people lose it. Some people, it makes them focus on achieving, you know, everyone reacts differently. But it's like, I think almost everybody will experience it at some point. And it doesn't necessarily mean, you know, you're going to go broke or anything like that, but chips fall means everything going to shit, you know what I'm saying? Where it's like, you don't know what the fuck to do next. Like your next move is like.
You're really in a position where you're like, man, I don't know how this is going to turn out.
Exactly.
Rock bottom.
Exactly. You know, now whether that's you getting sick or some shit, or whether that's, you know, bankruptcy, some, you know what I'm saying, something. You being stranded on a fucking island with a freaking volleyball, you know, what do you do?
Cast away?
You know?
I don't know, man. That's a good question. What do you do in a situation like that? It's kind of fucked, you know?
I think it depends on how low you go.
Yeah.
Because
maybe, man. I mean,
if you go rock bottom, the only place you could either stay stagnant or start moving back
up.
Is
up. Yeah, because honestly, it's one of those, desperation kicks in, right? Survival instincts kick in, right? But not everybody has those. I noticed that some people will lay down, cry, and die.
Or they give up at the first sign of tribulation.
I don't know, man. I think that's the biggest thing, too. Like you said, first sign of tribulation, first time of hardship, you want to give up. You don't like being uncomfortable, or the thought of being uncomfortable is unbearable to you.
The game's not fair.
You're not, the game's not fair. Well, guess what, motherfucker?
It
ain't fair to anybody.
Yep.
So it ain't fair to that sailor that gets picked. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, man.
Like
his
game's
that
over too.
Yo, that sucks.
Done.
Hell yeah, his game is over. Like he can't even hit the
by force.
Ain't no reset button. Yeah, by force. You lost it. They're gonna follow. They're gonna abide by these laws of the sea. That's sad, bro. That's a real thing, man.
You know what I'm saying?
That's nuts, bro. And then,
some people got it easy though.
Yeah, but that's because of other players that, you know. They just put
established that for them, and then they ended up being born into it. Yeah, those are the ones that there's no excuse for them. Then really, if you're a fuck up in life, you have no excuse, bro. Someone laid it out for you.
Yeah, but they're insulated. You know,
that's part.
They have to really like fuck up all the resources to even
really feel.
Yeah,
a struggle of any kind. No, they're gonna live like that their whole life.
There's just too much to fucking go off of.
There was one time, man, somebody made fun of Trump because he was. I think it was when he was running for president the first time. He was kind of making it seem like, you know, like it was a misfortune for him.
Yeah,
but he was like, when I don't know if his dad died or what happened. He said when my dad died, he only left me like $8 million or something like that. Or he said something. I was like, bro, little did you know, bro. You know what that could do for the hood right now?
Bruh.
That's a lot of money.
You know what that could do for the hood?
A whole lot.
I'm sorry, man. I don't respect that. Only 8 million?
He only left me like $8 million.
Who talks that way? Oh, he only left me 8 million.
Trump talk like that.
Only
I mean,
left
that's
me
still the
8
homie. Don't
million.
give me that's still the homie.
Motherfucker, you know what people would do for $8 million right now?
Oh shit.
Oh my gosh, man. What an ungrateful
Those
asshole.
are the worst shit.
No offense to Trump or anything, but what you said was goofy, bro. 100%. Like, I
Some
don't.
of these players is made set up kind of pretty right. You know?
Yeah. You know,
Bro, look at like a hot fried Dorito left in the sun too long. That's what he looks like.
It's not a hot Dorito.
That is. You ever seen the flaming ones, bro? Anyway, what you got next, brother? I know we're running out of time here. We got to wrap it pretty soon.
Actually, not yet. So this is the closing. You know, so you guys have anything else on like?
No, that's it. We got through it. We got through the whole thing. Everything you
much.
wrote.
So hold on
Oh,
a second.
cool. All right, let's wrap it up then. What you got?
Let me see.
Fine. Let's see this for the final talking
this
point.
Is, so there's an outro. Why are you here? What is your purpose? Does it even matter? Before you know it, you'll be on your deathbed, and that's if you're lucky. But what if there's something after? Should I even care about that? Is this place even real? Some of these questions may seem irrelevant or trivial, but make no mistake, we've all asked ourselves at least one of these. In the ultimate experience, we are at the mercy of monsters. From the shadows to the blackest seas, we are on something's menu. So then what do we do about the monsters? We band together and destroy them? Why? Because monsters are terrifying.
Bro, that was a good little excerpt right there, man. You got a nice little.
Yeah, I like that.
That was a good. That was a good
closing.
It was. I like that, man. That shit. Because you know what, it's true, man. Like how are you gonna fight the monster? You know what I mean? There's more than one ways to do that, right? So you want our final thoughts on that?
Yeah, like you can do solo, or you know what I'm saying? Like it's up to you.
It really is. You could do it solo. Damn, you're right, man. Because if you're blessed enough to be in a deathbed, like
I always thought that. What percent of people make it to the deathbed?
I think if I had my way about it, I would only want to be on a deathbed if I was like 110. If I had a choice in the matter, right. 110 years old, I had a full life. I got to live to see 110. Yes, 110, bro. I think that'd be a ripe old age. You know what I'm saying? At least
you
make it to
110?
that. Yeah.
Hell no.
Why not?
That's a fucking century. A centuron plus 10.
Bro, right?
When the fuck do y'all want to die?
Bro, you'd have been living on a bed for like 40 years by that time.
When the fuck? You think so?
Hell yeah.
That's from 70, bro.
Okay,
70 to
can I finish real quick? Damn, y'all.
Okay.
I meant 110 in health.
Oh,
with good health.
Oh, you mean in good? I thought you meant age. I was about to say, bro, you're tripping.
Bro, no, you're missing. Y'all not. No, man. Let me. Fine. Let me rephrase that. Okay. What I was rephrasing it. What I meant to say was, I would, if I had my choice in the matter, right? I didn't decline in health until 110. Okay.
Okay.
But leading up to it, I had a healthy life. I was still walking around. Maybe needed a cane here and there, but I was still able to wipe my own ass. You know what I'm saying? Feed myself. Still wipe my own ass. Still get around. Go up the stairs. What?
Oh, keep going.
You see what I'm saying? Like, if I could have all that, I would want that. You know what I'm saying? Because then I could say I lived a full life. I could look back and be happy. You know, see my kids have kids, whatever the case. You know, be a part of all that.
Bedridden and shit.
Exactly. I don't want to be bedridden. I want to still go out with them, watch movies. You know, play games. Go out there, have adventures with my family. Still being able to move and still be a part of those things, right? So having all of that, and then not get too old to the point where I couldn't do it no more. At least till around 110. You know what I mean? That last year of life be 110. I'm in the twilight of my life. Then I'm not bedridden, but I'm on that bed that I'm probably not going to get out of no more. Mm-hmm. That's when I would want that. And to go peacefully in my sleep like my dad did. You know what I'm saying? Although he clocked out a lot sooner than I know he wanted to, but unfortunately, he got to see his deathbed, but I'm sure he got to see it a lot sooner than he wanted to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm gonna use this example as touchy as my dad, because that man waited until everybody was gone to go. You know what I mean? Like, he was with us at that last night, bro. He waited till everybody left and was asleep before he went, man. Yeah. He fought the whole day, though. An evening, man. It's crazy. Yeah, you know?
Rest in peace, man.
Appreciate that, bro. I didn't mean to get all deep on y'all real quick, but that's just an example. But, you know what I mean? Like, to go that way, but at least at a ripe older age where I got to see more things go down, that's how I would want it if I got a choice in the matter, right?
Yeah.
But to also go out knowing that I accomplish things in and not only my personal friends' lives. Like I think that's enough for me, man. If I advanced the ones I loved around me in some way and helped them grow, obviously I want something for myself too. Obviously, you know what I mean. But as long as I can advance them, at least set them in the right direction, I know I made a purpose. You know what I mean? I had a purpose. So as far as the soul, I can only hope that I'm worthy enough to enter the gates, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's all you can hope for at the end of the day.
That's all you really can.
What about you, brother? What are your thoughts?
I always told everybody when it came to religion, there's all these different religions, but the thing is only one of them could be right. So I always told people, I guess, just on that day, we got to find out, who's bluffing and who's.
Yeah.
But.
And how do you fight those monsters, right?
My ideal is like, I guess maybe 60s or 70s. I don't know.
If you had to put a number on it?
Yeah, I don't know about making it to 100, but I'd say 60s or 70s. That's what the Bible promises. It says 3 scores and 10. A score is 20. So 3 times 20 plus a score, which is 10 is 70. So, 70 is good enough because even now, experiencing the game of life, seeing a lot of people, babies being brought into, newborns coming into the family. And then, there was an instance where I lost a family member the same week my brother had his baby.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, man, I understand why, who would even want to continue on living knowing that, their loved ones is passing on. Me, I'm like, it makes sense. Like, we all exit here and we gather there together. Like, it's just the way life is. So for me, it's like, it's not really something that's perceived as bad. It's just
moving on.
Elevating.
Yeah, there you go.
Or higher existence. So
I like that word. Yeah, it's true. That's what it is.
Yeah, but it's like I said, it's how you perceive things. Somebody could get in an accident and say, "Oh, I never want to be in a car again," and then somebody get in an accident and say, "Oh, thank God I'm still alive." Mm-hmm. So it's just how you look at it.
Yeah, how you fight those monsters, man. Too like that's all part of it, man. You fight and you live and you leave your mark, or you don't. What about you, sir?
That's what I think, man. It's just it's your life. You only got one life. I think you can you can waste time thinking about, what comes after. Not saying that that's not important, right? Mm-hmm. You can waste time thinking about things that aren't here
currently there right now, yeah.
Or you can be so engrossed in this that you don't think about anything else either. You know what I'm saying? There's always a balance. You know what I mean? So. I think it's unique to everybody. It's a once in a life, no pun intended. It's a once in a lifetime thing. You're never going to experience this shit again. Like, this is it. This is it. Like, we're here. It's actually a miracle that we're actually even here, being able to fucking experience this shit, talk about it
right now.
You know what I mean? Share thoughts about this shit. Yeah. We got, what I'm saying? All the stuff that we have, as much as we take this shit for fucking granted, bro, this is our only fucking life, bro.
Only shot.
Once this is done, wherever the fuck we go, that's it. We're
only real shot.
We're fucking gone, bro.
Yeah, man, that's crazy.
Books. That's
there's
history.
Not gonna be another.
We're in the books.
There's not gonna be another you, another me. That's it.
That's it. It's one shot done.
And the reason why I say it's a game, this is the one game. There's no respawns, bro. Once you're done, you're out.
Right.
That's it. You're out.
There's no GTA, huh?
So it's like you gotta. So
no GTA.
But that's why I try to be adamant about leaving a mark, because like once you're gone, like yeah, sure, cool, like your game's over. No one's really gonna care. But it's like imagine that you're able to actually influence the game in a good way by leaving a mark. That's fucking dope to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
People are like, oh shit, man, like that fool played it well. I want to play like him, or he inspired me to play like this.
That's damn, bro. That's good, man. We all had something good to put on that, man. That was, yeah, man. That's true, though. You're right. And that boils down to what we just said, man. Like that's how you gotta play this game, man. Is like that. I would say let's do last tidbits, but I think that those are pretty good last tidbits if you ask me, right? I mean, that pretty much sums it up, man. You know what I mean?
It is what it is, if whether you accept it or not that this is a game, like you are in competition. This is your life.
Yeah.
You're playing in a system built on rules that you have to follow, or you can bend or break them, but you're still gonna
fight it,
deal with that consequence. You're dealing with these other people, individuals, players, whatever you want to call them. But we're all here on this earth with finite resources, and we're trying to get ahead. You know what I mean? So there's going to be competition. The reason why it's the way it is now is because no one has to hunt anymore. No one has to do these things themselves anymore. You know, now there's companies to do this shit. You know, there's different. It's a different playing field now. You know, but before when it was literally life and death, it was played differently. You know.
Yeah.
So my tidbit is just, you know, don't let no one get in your way. Like, this is life or death. You know, as cliche as it sounds, we're only saying that because we're well fed. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why it's a cliche.
Yeah.
Yep. Dang, that's good, bro. I agree. What about you, SlideShow?
I like that. It was a good topic overall.
It was. It was. Yeah.
I would like to say, man, if I couldn't do what basically we were talking about as far as like leaving like a legacy or leaving, you know, something for them to put in the history books, I would at least, you know, and forgive me for bringing up Pops, but I would at least like to do an approach like his dad did. Like, you know, he mentioned his dad, you know, leaving sooner than expected. But if you were around just to see how much, you know, people he touched.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Or, you know, the impact he left on people's lives. Not necessarily I have this business to show or I have this mansion or, you know, but
exactly.
You know, like that. I think that's just as rich as, you know, having all that stuff.
Hell yeah. He left an impression.
How much people were saying, you know, he touched them, or, you know, how much people he even touched not even being here anymore. It's like, I'm like, man, like he made it.
Yeah.
That's
exactly.
That's the history books right there.
Amen, bro. I like that. I appreciate that.
And that's
bro.
always going to be there.
Yeah. No, that's a good example. I appreciate that, man.
But yeah, and it's not, you know, the whole leaving mark thing is not to discredit anyone who hasn't left a necessary mark, you know, because there's different ways that you can leave that.
No, big facts.
Right.
There's a lot of different ways.
Yeah,
No, of course. Even though they're not, they may not be
if
known.
you're not Kobe or MLK.
By the masses, exactly. Even though they may not be known by the masses, you know, you still left a mark in people's lives. Yeah.
But that's influence, you know what I'm saying? Ideas.
But that's really hard to do. I think that's really hard to do.
I agree. I 100% agree with that.
You have to be good with people.
Oh yeah, big facts. And that's why, exactly. You have to have that good rapport. It's how are they going to remember you? How's your legacy? Like you said earlier, you know, how's your legacy going to be?
It got to be who you are.
Yep. Big facts.
For
you know, for his dad, it's
for your character. Exactly. Yeah, no, you're right. Exactly. It was in him to be that way. Like when his funeral happened, bro, we're not saying we didn't expect people to come, but a lot of packed out. He touched a lot of lives, bro. Yeah, man. More than we're like, man, we knew we had an impact, but we didn't know, man. And like you said, packed church, man, the whole lower level.
It makes you think, like,
so, you know,
it makes you think if God forbid, you know, you were to go today, would that much people show up for you?
Damn, that's a good question. See,
that's true. But at the end of the day, you're not here. It doesn't matter.
That's true, but then just to show how much
it's like to show respect, though. You know what I mean? And obviously, and talk with those that are still around to see that love. You know what I mean?
But then,
even if you don't see it, even if you're not present for it in the spirit, you know.
Of course, but let's say if that does in some way like concern you, not meaning that you're worried about it, but just means that you've thought about it, right? It's like, okay, like, you know, like that would be dope. What do you do to garner that? You know what I'm saying? How do you treat people? How do you treat the other people that you meet? You know what I'm saying? Because that's not like fully in your control, but you do influence your outcome.
Yeah,
you
facts.
Influence that shit.
You really do.
Believe it or not.
I like that. No, you're right. You do. You do influence your outcome. Yeah.
In some way.
You do in some way. But man, fellas, I hate to wrap it here, man, but it was a good episode.
I told you it was going to be long.
He did, man. It was a good one. It was a good one, though. I think we all got our thoughts out there, right? We got it out there on paper, and you know, man, we can maybe revisit this in the future with some other perspectives with us or a guest or something.
Yeah, we're gonna have to, you know what I mean? Because we can keep going.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna have to wrap it here, man. Yeah, no, you want? I mean, you can throw it in there real quick if you want to.
I think I would just say just my last thing. I would say I think at least in me, I can't say as far as in everybody, but you know, I think the thing that we're here to do, I would say as believers, is like just, I guess, to touch as much people as we can and bring them closer to God or whatever. So it's like, I think that's where, at least for me, that's where that stems from. The people could come like they did at, you know, Pops' funeral and say, you know, he touched me, he brought me closer to God. So it's like, you know, God, like he did what he was supposed to do. You know? So not really more focusing on like, you know, making a legacy, like, you know, like we spoke about, like, you know, oh, he scored this many points or whatever, but like more of like a religious approach, like, hey, God, like he did what you asked him, kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, that's just me though. But I know. I feel like everybody got that though.
No, I agree.
Everybody has that.
I appreciate you putting that out there though, bro. Yeah, because it's exactly what
that
it is.
You felt there.
Heck
that
yeah.
you felt there.
That's,
that's why I said
you did
that.
feel it. No, I appreciate that. That's true. That's real. That's
heavy
exactly
too.
what it was. It was heavy.
Yeah.
You did feel that there. If you were there, I'm sure you would have felt it too. You know what I mean? Being inclined, man, and being interlined with that spirit and just knowing, being able to feel it.
Yeah, he felt the love
energy.
too.
That's what it was. He felt the love of the energy.
Yeah.
You felt the energy and you felt the love. That's what I was trying to say. Being there to feel the energy and like you said, the spirit, man. It was definitely in that building, bro. But you guys know where to find us, man. This is that time. You know what I'm saying? Great episode as always. Thank you guys for all your support every single week, in and out. You know, thank you guys for all of our Spotify, our Apple podcasts, our every podcast audio streaming network out there. It's been slowly growing. Spotify is like the most popular one, with Apple trailing it, not by much, but they're definitely in the race, and it's definitely a lot of back and forth with Spotify and Apple Podcast. That's cool. I love the support. We have more audio listeners than we do visual watchers, some of the viewers, you know. But the viewer numbers are starting to grow. I think once we get on Rumble, we'll be able to expand that a little bit more. But, you know, thank you guys also on YouTube for taking the time to watch us. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate y'all. A lot goes into this. We appreciate your guys' time. Again, we appreciate you guys for everything you bring and everything you guys support us with. Merch is coming soon. Stay tuned. We'll see you guys next week. This has been Timeless Talk.
You warriors are good. Real good. The best.
Now there ain't but 20,000 police in the whole town.